it's Siobhan. Hello, it's me, the Plenty Plushie. Good evening, friends, enemies, future nemesis, and past romantic partners. How are you doing today? I'm very quiet today because I'm speaking very quietly. I'm sorry. I'll turn the microphone up. Okay, the microphone's up. Oh, it's peaking now. It's peaking a lot. Hello? Hello? Okay, I'm not peaking that bad anymore. Is it bad? Okay, hopefully this isn't bad. Uh, oh no. Ah! Okay. I think that stopped it from being capable of peaking. I'll just try to talk at a more normal volume. Hello. I'm I'm having a time the last couple days. Um, do I need to do the intro again? Do I need to do the intro again? I didn't even finish the intro. Hello, friends, enemies, future nemesis and past romantic partners. How are you doing today? Welcome to the Long Haul. It's a celebration of simulation. We play simulation video games today. We're playing American Truck Simulator. I hope you're all doing well. Um, I've picked us out of delivery, so we're gonna go pick it up. It's pretty close to where we're at in Fort Collins. This is where we stopped off last time. We dropped some stuff off here, so we're gonna go pick it up over here, and then we're going to be heading down into Texas over a route that we haven't gone through before. I believe we're going to Abilene. Doing the intro in one breath, very important. I'm glad you think so. Are you impressed? Is it cool that I did the intro in one go? Okay. We in here. The headlights are on. It is foggy. Lung capacity poggers. I can't even see where the exit is. That's it. Okay. Okay, we are back on roads. My lung capacity used to be really big. I used to be able to get like entire soliloquies out in one breath. And then I started smoking cigarettes. I do not recommend smoking cigarettes. They're bad for you in a lot of ways, and also for your throat specifically, and your lungs also. None of those things have a good time when you smoke cigarettes. 0 out of 10 experience, do not recommend. But yeah, how are y'all doing today? Like I said, I'm having a bit of a time the last couple days. I don't know how long this stream is gonna be. We're just kind of going through it a little, you know. Pretty foggy, but not as foggy as this road. Well, that's good. This is a pretty foggy road. Well, I'm going way faster than the speed limit. Let me get over and then I'll slow. Well, hopefully I remain audible. I moved the microphone a little closer just now too, but it looks like I'm not peaking the mic anymore, which is really the most important part. I don't want the audio to sound bad, even if that means I'm being quiet. I think am I remembering right that the very first episode of The Long Haul I was having all kinds of audio issues with my voice like cutting in and out for some reason? I still don't know why that was happening. It wasn't a noise gate or anything like that. I just wasn't it just My microphone was not picking up half of the words I was saying for some reason. I'm trying out that model game. I installed it. I haven't tried it yet. I'd like to try it out a little bit before I do it on a stream, and also don't want to do anything new right now just because I'm a little low, I guess. I don't know. I'm like my energy's not high enough to experience a new thing live on stream, you know? So I'm gonna play around with it a little and probably play it next week. Maybe I should play it this week, though. Oh no, now that I'm thinking about it, because then I could tell people, hey, this is free on the Epic Games Store right now. Although, didn't Epic Games just do a bunch of horrible things? Like, the last 2 days? Didn't they, like, fire 900 people and close out studios that were very successful? Video game companies are always doing terrible things, and I hate it. I would like them to stop. Didn't hear about that. Yeah, I... don't quote me on how accurate that is, but I think they closed the studio that made Fall Guys. For, like, they did restructuring and, like, laid off, like, 900 people and closed the studio that made Fall Guys in its entirety. They just shuttered it. So yeah, I don't know how much I necessarily want to be saying, like, oh, you can get this game free on the Epic Games Store right now, haha. The free games that they use to get people in the door to actually see what things cost and buy things. But on the other hand, it is a model building simulator, and it is free right now. Epic is horrible when they do free game giveaways like that. They pay the dev for every free game redeem, so it's basically giving free money to devs. Okay. Well, in that case, I don't feel bad saying it. Y'all should check out Model Building Simulator. It's free on Epic Games right now. And apparently the devs are getting paid for that, regardless of whether anyone's paying money for the game. I got really close to this guy. I kind of slammed on the brakes there. I should have said something aloud about what I was doing there. We passed by this Freightliner dealership earlier, and things like dealerships and whatnot can be used as fast travel points and stuff like that, so... Or sometimes can, not always, but I wanted it to be unlocked on my map, which is why it was a question mark before, but now it's not a question mark. Launch the launcher, get the free game for that week, immediately close it if the game doesn't interest you. Fair enough. I've bought a couple of games from Epic. I think I bought... What did I buy? Is this the place? That's a recruitment agency. What am I looking for? Oh, it's on my right. Epic still pays devs and publishers way more than Steam does. Ugh. Ugh, the moral conundrums. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm just, doing totally normal truck maneuvers. No one's gotta worry about what I'm doing. Okay. That guy might have to worry. I thought my turning radius was tighter than that. Totally normal truck maneuvers. Might have to stop for a repair. Because that was a lot of damage, actually. It's not easy being gamer. Yeah. Unfortunately, every Totally Normal Truck Maneuvers is a good show name. That's true. Yeah, we're going to Abilene. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, unfortunately, or like I was saying, unfortunately, playing video games is kind of a cat and mouse game of, like, choosing a company that doesn't suck horribly, and then swatting it down and picking something else when they start to suck horribly. So I don't know if I can really blame people who are just like, fuck it, I'm buying everything on Steam forever, or whatever. Like, honestly, for a long time, and kinda still, less than I used to, but kinda still, I'll go out of my way to get things on GOG. Not necessarily because I think they're a great company. This is a two trailer situation, by the way. I don't know if I said that. I'm taking two full of gypsum. Some funny rocks. And I've completely lost track of this thought. I forgot what I was saying in its entirety. Oh, yeah, I was getting everything that I could on GOG. Not necessarily because I think CD Projekt is that good of a company or anything. And, I mean, in some ways they still are, but really the primary reason that I was doing that is actually just because... Yeah, we got it. The actual reason that I was doing that is really just because I was and still am, like, really into the idea of being able to access everything DRM free. Like, I'm not someone who fucks around with, like, I don't really fuck around with, like, the piracy or whatever these days. I'm too old for that shit. I don't have the energy to figure that stuff out anymore. It's all changed so much since I was a youngin' who knew how to do that stuff. But the fact that GOG, like, trusts customers enough that they just say, like, yeah, you download this this executable and, you know, you do whatever you want with that executable for the rest of your life. We don't care. I think that's cool. Which is the one thing I really like about GOG. And as far as I know, CD Projekt proper isn't that bad. It's mostly CD Projekt Red that had all the big issues, especially leading up to the release of Cyberpunk. So, I don't know. Humble is a great place, though. Humble is a great place to get your games. Or at least the bundles. I know you can set the bundles to go almost entirely to charity. I don't know if you can do that with the non-bundle stuff. Can you? I don't think I've ever actually just straight up bought a game off Humble. I think I've only bought bundles. Your Aunt Fit Girl buys you games. Talking about mental health stuff is on theme on this show, right? I don't know what I usually talk about. I just know what's on my mind right now. Which is apparently video game resellers and mental health. Those are the two things that are on my mind. Flat 20% discount from being a monthly subscriber. Huh. That's pretty cool. I've only ever gotten Humble Monthly for like a month or two at a time. Usually, like when I see a game in it that I like, and my boyfriend decides to like pay for a month of it for me or whatever. But Humble Monthly seems like a really cool service. Just sort of a little mystery box of games once a month for like, what is it, like $18? If I had $18 a month, I would be all about that. You usually talk about something you're autistic about and it's very cute. That's fair. 12. Oh, wow. It's cheaper than I thought. Neat. I also cried for real today. And yesterday. I need to look at the road and not the chat. I'm so sorry. I'm doing a worse job driving than normal. Usually I'm not quite this bad. But yeah, I also cried for real today. I had like my first real proper panic attack that I've had in the last, like, I don't know, year? Straight up, my partner who I live with, Tia, she left for work, and I started having a breakdown because apparently every time that she is, like, not in my direct line of sight for the last couple of weeks, I have just been worrying that I will never see her again. I don't know why. It's just a thing that's happening in my brain, and I freaked out so bad that I called her crying so hard that she didn't know who I was because she couldn't hear anything I was trying to say, which is, in retrospect, really funny. Like, these things feel so silly after they happen, you know? It's so strange. It's so strange how these things work out. I think straight up the thing that knocked me out of this whole weird spiral I was in was that I was saying all this stuff to her, and she said something like, "Well, it's a good thing we have phones then, huh?" And I just started fucking laughing so hard. I immediately stopped crying because I was laughing so hard. I don't know. Brains are weird, and that's why I'm in kind of a state right now. That's all I'm getting at. So I'm still sort of recovering from that. Honestly, more than that, I'm recovering from taking Xanax once I realized that was what was happening. once she was like, "I think you're having a panic attack," I was like, "Oh, I should probably take my medication." So I'm still kind of recovering from that. So that's where I'm at today. Welcome to oversharing on the long haul, which is not new. Sometimes it's fun to overshare to the internet. That's what this show's all about. We're open and we're honest about our feelings, and we like trucks and trains and things like that. Crying about species dysphoria. That is so fair. That is so fair. Overshare is that Blizzard game with the monkey guy. Winston is in that game, but Winston's like he's more of like a folk hero. He's not really a character from Overshare. The overall injustice of being ultra human. I feel you. I understand. I don't have anything to say, really. Because, I mean, you know, what is there to say? But, I care about you. I think you're a cool person. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that today, and that you're going through that stuff emotionally. Winston has a cameo in that game. Yeah, he's like oh god, I'm I think I was hydroplaning there. I didn't even know you could hydroplane in this game. I was sliding off the road. Um, Winston is like Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. Like just sort of like a character, a specific character. Not like when you get like archetypes or whatever. Like he's a specific character. But he shows up in that video game in the same way that Sun Wukong shows up in a lot of video games and anime and stuff like that. Full Kiro. Makes it way easier to have good friends who are also not humans. I don't know why that's bad phrasing. I think that's perfectly fine phrasing. I'm with you. I agree. Like, straight up, I have been on the squirrel grind since I was like 8 or 9. I don't know what exactly awakened that in me at that age. I'm agree? Did I say I'm agree instead of I agree? I don't know what like really awakened the alter humanity feelings in me at that age or whatever, but like I knew that I really identified with squirrels, and me and my friends were like fucking me and my friends, I think most of us were autistic when I was in elementary school. I don't know for sure that they were autistic. I don't talk to them anymore, but for the most part. But like we were doing like playing pretend stuff for way longer than most kids were. And one of the things was we were each like in our little extended lore, like we had lore and characters and shit. And in our extended lore, like we were each kind of like the leader of a kingdom of woodland creatures or whatever. Quote you said during the session. I insist. Here, wait. I don't want to crash. I don't want to crash and ruin the thing that you said. I insist that this part of my identity is important. I insist that it's worth knowing and worth exploring. That is really sweet. Sweet and true and worthwhile. But yeah, I was some kind of squirrel monarch in our extended role-playing lore as kids on the elementary school playground. One of my other friends was Weasels. I don't think he has any alter humanity stuff going on, probably, but he was the Weasels guy. Squanarch, exactly. Goodness, there's one more game NPC called some kind of squirrel monarch. If Cable 2 ever starts making video games, I would like to be included, except instead of being named by name, I would be some kind of squirrel monarch. Yeah, I can't remember what our other friend was in our sort of extended lore, but then this kid who like went on, he was like hanging out with us for like 5th grade or whatever, and then we went to middle school and he became one of the popular kids and stopped talking to us ever. He kind of ruined the theme by saying that his thing was that he was the king of toast or whatever. I don't know. Some kind of squirrel monarch is a really Kingdom of Loathing mini boss kind of name. It really is. Cameo in the Warp Zone game. I would love that, actually. Is this guy speeding up, or am I going to hit him if I keep speeding up myself? I think I'm not getting closer anymore. I guess we'll find out. Um, but yeah, anyway, I'm... Smells like woodland royalty. Wait, let me... Oh gosh, that was the wrong button. Wah. Okay, here, I'm just gonna leave y'all on this screen for a second. Let me find an image. A friend of mine drew me a thing one time. She was doing they. I don't know what pronouns they're going by right now. I'll stick with they. They were doing Undertale style commissions. Um, oh, I'm having trouble finding this because it was on my old operating system. I need to go to a different hard drive. Um, they were doing like Undertale battle style commissions though, and they did one for my old Fursona, who is still a current like Fursona, just not one that I use really anymore. Can I just like drop this into? Oh hell yeah, I can. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna Control Z, main feed, drag, increase size, transition. There we go. Yeah, that's one of my old Persona kind of things, I guess. They are sort of an adventurer in like a world that I have been goofing around with for a very long time. Um, that is also the same person who did my reference sheet for that character. So here's that. Just while I'm at it and dragging images into here to show off. Here's that. Um, yeah. And that was kind of like 50-50 how I was representing myself both alter human wise and also like uh internally like alter humanity wise and also externally like as my persona, but then also as a separate character. That was how I was representing myself. Oh, I really like yours. I don't have an easy way. Vicky did do these, yes. I didn't want to like say names or anything. I didn't know if that was rude. Um, if Vicky is taking commissions, go to spider.zone and commission them. They make fantastic art. I really love their art. There we go. Um, yeah, friend of mine. Don't talk to them very often anymore, but great person. They do a lot of cool stuff. I think that is their website still spider.zone? Let me check that before I start sending people there. Okay, yeah. Yeah, if you want to check out their other stuff, spider.zone is their website. Okay, well here's the thing. Here's the thing, Cora. She's using she it. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Here's the thing, Cora. I I didn't want to be weird about it because when she made those, when she made those, it and I were dating at the time, you know, like, and it offered to make those for me for free. One of them, the Undertale one, it did make for me for free. The other one, she offered me as a birthday gift, which I declined and did pay her for. The reference sheet, I insisted on paying it for. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't have an easy way to show your thingy on stream, Quinn, but it's really cute. I like it a lot. It is extremely cute. It is extremely cutie exy. Is that anything? Is that a joke? She it pronoun spotted. Different coffee made mine very cool. I try to I have a lot of like artist friends and stuff who have done gift art for me or whatever, and like I'm constantly trying to plug them, you know? Like, if I'm going to show off this cool piece of art, I also want to plug them, but also I didn't know with those specifically if that was going to be awkward on account of it was sort of art made while we were dating each other. So, yeah. Not sure I understand still, but you won't press it. Fair enough. Um, I, I think that the issue that I'm having is that I want to be too honest about things. I'm oversharing. It's the oversharing zone, a special segment on the long haul. Um, I'm oversharing, and so like my brain is insisting that I say this is my ex who did this art for me, and I felt like that might be weird. And so I didn't say it, but then like I said it anyway, and then at that point like everything else was out the window. I don't know. Point is, Vicky does good art. Go check out the Obershare zone. I've got to pull into this way station. It's on the right. Keeping the typo, absolutely. But yeah, no, I think it's fair to say that my brain is just being weird right now. They're probably going to charge me. Oh, they're not charging me. Your vehicle's not in perfect technical state. I thought they charged you if you were over like 5% damage. I thought they gave you like a little fee for driving a damaged vehicle. Oh well, I'll take it. Oh, I left my blinker on that whole time. You know, if we don't mind my funny little brain jumping to a completely new topic, I just started randomly thinking about like how many people got and played these games, the truck simulator games, as like a bit, as a joke. There's slow down a bunch so I can get around that safely. I don't know how that happened. Like, I feel like a lot of YouTubers maybe played it as like a joke, and they were like, haha, isn't it funny that you're supposed to obey the law in this game? I'm gonna go crash into something. But then like people started buying it for their friends as a joke and stuff on Steam, kind of like a Bad Rats situation, except people started actually playing the game and were like, oh, wait a second, Euro Truck Simulator 2 fucks, actually. Just thinking about that as the like origin story for why SCS has so much money to throw around on their truck simulator stuff. Funny stuff, in my opinion. In my hamburger onion. In my hungry opossum. In my I'm out. I have no jokes left. Jokes has left the building. I can't think of any other words that start with H and O that sound funny next to each other. But yeah, I just think that's interesting how that happened. I'm very honey obsession. In my honey obsession, I'm very brain jumpy around all over the place today. Apparently, I think this is worse than normal. You know, I've got squirrel brain. Squirrel brain jumps around all over the place sometimes. I think this is more than usual, though. Let me just, here we go. Do a thing here real quick. Just kind of there we go. There's just a quick poll. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm fucking around so much right now. Don't forget to vote in the poll. It's only a minute long. You gotta vote. It's important to express your rights as a citizen. Or whatever. I don't know. For archival purposes, the poll is squirrel brain, ? And then the options are cute and really cute. They are currently 50-50. Heart full of love, head full of stuffing. How did I forget about this phrase? I completely forgot about this phrase. Ooh, really cute one, 2 votes to 1. You were tapped out. You almost missed the poll. Oh no. Got in there though. Pulled it out under the wire. The really cutes have it. I completely forgot about heart full of love, head full of stuffing. That was like my whole thing for a while. I'm a little stuffing brained. Hello for those watching this who maybe don't know anything about me. I'm Siobhan and I'm a plushie. I am a plushie of a squirrel. I'm being completely literal when I say that. If I were to turn my webcam on right now, what you would see is a plushie of a squirrel sitting in a chair operating a controller with its little fluffy paws. Love that for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, John pinned heart full of love, head full of stuffing. Thank you, John. It's important to know. Yeah, it's a really important thing about me. It is one of the most deeply important things about the way that I look at myself as an individual, I would say. It's deeply important to me. The Fun and Sand Motel. I don't see a lot of fun, but I do see sand. It's mostly farms, not fun. My brain is like doing a thing right now. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Go lately. I've decided to start getting myself to leave the house more often by playing Pokemon Go a bit. Sort of you know, just kind of casual playing and whatnot. But I realized that I really don't like. This is a dragon building. Look at that thing. That's so cool. Is that a real building? What city are we in right now? Wait. Oh, that was not my map button. Like, what? Where are we? We're outside of Dalhart. Not gonna play Monster Hunter now. I should try Monster Hunter now. Here's the thing. The thing I was about to say. I've realized that I really don't like looking down at my phone while I'm taking a walk. I really don't like pulling out my phone and staring at it and either having to stop walking or and like stand still to do a thing in the game, or trying to walk and look at my phone to catch a Pokemon or whatever at the same time. I should really try Monster Hunter now. I really love Monster Hunter. It's one of my favorite series of all time. I'm just hesitant because it requires a lot more direct interaction, and especially more than I have to do with Pokemon right now, because so my birthday was a little while ago. My birthday was on the 19th, so it was like a week and change ago, I guess. And I sorry, my throat's getting gunked up. Let me drink some water real quick and then I'll continue. Okay, so I was in the process of getting back into Pokemon Go, just sort of as an excuse to get outside and get some fresh air and some sun and stuff. And I realized that they had come out with like a new version of the Pokemon Go Plus. So the Pokemon Go Plus was like this little wrist strap thing that you would wear, and it would blink at you and automatically spin stops and catch Pokemon for you while you're playing Pokemon Go. As long as it's like connected to your phone and the app is open, it would do that for you. And they came out with a new version of it, and it was my birthday, and my dad and his wife sent me quite a bit of money in like Amazon gift cards. I think they sent me like $200 of Amazon gift cards. And so I just kind of had a bunch of money to spend, so I was like, why don't I try getting this thing and see how it is, and I'll return it if I don't like it. And I gotta tell you, what is happening over here? Fire hydrant busted? Is that a sewer? I've never seen this roadside disaster thing before. Like, this is a completely new thing to me. Like, what is happening here? Like, obviously water's coming out of there, but why is there a bunch of water shooting out of a manhole like a volcano? Like a geyser. Geyser was the word. Ah, fuck the geyser. Okay, sorry, that was fascinating. Anyway, so yeah, like I picked up this thing. I just said like, yeah, I'll just return it if I don't like it. And I think I really like it as the thing, for two reasons. The guys are what? They're working on that manhole. The guys are working on that manhole, blocking the road. But yes, I got the auto spinner thing, and it's really fun, and like, it's nice to be able to just take a walk, and I have that little motivation of like, yeah, I am gaining something tangible in my video guy, or my video game. I was looking at the chat where you said guy. I'm getting something tangible as a reward in my video game for going on a walk, and I don't have to be staring at my phone while I'm going on a walk. And that's really nice. That's really good. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that's really nice, and I think that's really cool, and we should You should consider it if you're into that kind of thing. John, like you said that you're getting into the game and playing it without fighting people and stuff. Oh, right lane is ending. I'm gonna need a slip over here. I don't think that guy's... Yeah, we're good. We're good. But yeah, so it's like really nice to get like a tangible reward and everything, and then I get to keep my like, oh, your daily streak for catching Pokemon and for spinning Pokestops without having to pull my phone out of my pocket constantly. So like I've just been, and then it's been like raining really heavily the last couple of days. Not pleasant conditions to take a walk in or to take a walk with. Excuse me. Like it's not fun to go for a walk in super heavy rain, so you know, I was just kind of hopping in my car. I would open up Pokemon Go. I would connect my phone to the I keep wanting to call it the Pokewalker. It's not called the Pokewalker. That's a different product that they don't sell anymore, unfortunately. It was one of the best fucking things they ever did with a Pokemon game, I think. But yeah, like I take this thing with me, I turn it on and connect it to my phone, and then I set my phone and that down, and while I'm driving off to wherever I'm going, it spins stops for me. And that way I don't lose my streaks and stuff, even though I can't go for a walk really because it's too rainy. Kind of want to get one of the gacha ones, the third-party one. Yeah, I saw the third-party ones and I was like, I'm a little skeptical, and the only reason that I'm a little skeptical is because I know Nintendo was weird about that kind of thing, so I feel like they would constantly be, every time they update the game, breaking the functionality of the third-party ones. And honestly, the price wasn't that different. Like, it was only like a teeny bit cheaper. And it was all gift cards, so, you know, it's all kind of gravy to me, you know? But yeah, so Pokemon Go, fun game. Nice to go for a walk and then pull my phone out when I get back home and see what I caught and do the little between bits. Even if Nintendo wants Niantic to break the third-party stuff, I don't think they've ever managed. They can barely even stop people from IP spoofing to cheat. That's fair. That is a fair point, honestly. I should consider that. Again, it's not my money, and the price was about the same. It was just kind of like throwaway. Like, here's, my dad when he sends me money for birthdays and holidays and stuff, always specifies, do not spend this on things that you need. This is for things that you want. So, you know, he sent me an Amazon gift card, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not gonna, like, you know, like replace a pair of pants or whatever with it or whatever, but excuse me. You know, so I was keeping to the spirit of that. I did end up buying some things that I needed with that money, but, like, you know, if I can get myself like a cute little thing, and there's no video games I want right now or anything, so sure, I'll get myself a cute little thing. Come on. There's certain things that will track your location for and flag your account if you're in too far away locations in a short span of time. But if you just don't do those things, you're fine. Oh, we're in Amarillo. We're almost there. Is it Amarillo or Amarillo? I actually have no idea. Ah, we're still a ways off. Oh, wait, yeah, we're not going to Amarillo. We're going Amarillo, whatever. We're going to Abilene. Can't do anything in gyms without getting caught, but you can just IP spoof over to Egypt and catch the Pharaoh for that only spawn in actual real Egypt and then never catch you for that. Interesting. That's fascinating. Why are you planting your crops in an extremely complex pattern? Just for funsies, or? I don't know anything about Palia. I know that it's like, what if farming game was MMO, and I know that my partner I live with, Tia, doesn't like it very much. I don't think she dislikes it. I think she just didn't enjoy it that much. Tell me about Palia. Tell me about your funny experiences. Crops can provide buffs to nearby crops. Oh, interesting. Where is this? Oh, it must be on the other side of the bridge. I'm trying to find this. There's a camera thing on the map that gives you like a little view of the area that you're in if you stop there. So we're gonna do that real quick since we're in a fun new place that we haven't been to before in Texas. There it is. That sign said no turn on red, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm also cutting into this parking lot that you definitely shouldn't take a truck into. And stop the engine. Let's look at this real quick. Does the city just have this one building? Is that all that we're getting? Okay, apparently not. It also has construction. Most you played a farming RPG outside of Rune Factory 4 and 5? Well, that's cool. I've never really played the Rune Factory games. I've only really played Harvest Moon / Story of Seasons. I haven't played any of the... So SES did a great job capturing the sameness of the US. Yeah. Sometimes you do these camera things and they show you some unique looking stuff, but this is all very urban sprawl to me. Yeah, I've only really played I haven't played the quote unquote new Harvest Moon games. I've only played the games that are now in America called Story of Seasons. As well as Stardew, which I played a pretty good amount of and bought on like 3 different platforms now. There are like a lot of shots in this one. These usually only go on for 3 or 4 shots. Shocking number of shots considering how samey this whole place is. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying Palia. It seems like people do like it a lot. Got a cat mural. Oh, there's a bunny too. And another cat. 2 cats and a bun. Alright. Now, what's my best way out of the situation that I have put myself in? Played 1 retroactively named Story of Seasons game, 1 Harvest Moon game, both of which are considered low points for their series. Which Story of Seasons game was that? Okay. I'm glad I have a train right now and not a straight trailer. This seems like this would be a difficult maneuver on a straight trailer. Harvest Moon saved the homeland, which got panned for having a hard time limit and no romance. That's interesting, because people really like A Wonderful Life, and Wonderful Life had a hard time limit, didn't it? Harvest Moon, My Little Shop on WiiWare. Interesting. I always forget that WiiWare and DSiWare ever existed. Like, they feel like such a footnote in video game history. And I know a lot of that stuff is, like, lost media now, too. Kind of a mini-game collection, kind of a management game, and 100% for babies. Yeah. I can see it. this kind of maneuver again. Keep it nice and wide. Take it slow. There we go. We're safe. Yeah. I think like the first... Okay, I don't know a lot about Rune Factory, but I feel like based on what I know about Rune Factory, that game, I think it was called Recettear? Recettear, something like that. I'm not a has-been, I'm a will-be. I think that game is apparently a little bit like Rune Factory. And save the homeland, you can just lose if you don't save the homeland in 1 year. That's wild. Racketeer. But I thought the joke was that it was pronounced like... Oh, yeah, that's the one that's like about running an item shop. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Rocketeer. Yeah, if I remember right, the joke is that it sounds a lot like Racketeer. That's like the whole bit that they're doing. It might be similar. I think the combat might be similar, is what I'm thinking of. I don't think it actually has like Harvest Moon type mechanics, like the farming stuff and whatnot. Loved Rune Factory 5 and enjoyed 4. Cool. I should pick up one of the like remakes. Excuse me. I think they remade like 3 and 2. So maybe I should do that sometime. I would say sort of a long haul special situation, but like these kinds of games are really long. They're not meant for a short session for a special. It's more of a series situation. They remastered 3 and 4. Gotcha. Goodness gracious. Usually I manage to mute my mic before that happens. Those were some big sneezes. Actually, I'm gonna mute my mic before I blow my nose, but I'm gonna do that. Right back.
Ach, mein Zuitenkäser won't geschutten.
Ach, mein Zuitenkäser won't geschutten. Ach. I really want to show that joke to my mom, but I don't know how. I don't know if she would get it. You know, I don't know if she would be trying too hard to read it as actual German and get confused, because she does that with meme things sometimes. Waiting for someone to port the mod for the DS version of Rune Factory 3 that turns the player into a girl. That's fair. You should be able to be a girl in video games. This is my hot take about video games. You should be able to gender. And I know the gamers don't like gender. I just realized that my character's like falling asleep. I think we can probably make it here. Shazam, gender enchantment, exactly. You get me, Cora. The mention of mods made me remember the biggest dumb gamer moment I witnessed today. Oh? Lesbian Weresheep edition? So wait, that's a reference to lesbian sheep. Why is it were sheep? I don't know anything about Rune Factory. Are there werewolves? So they're were creatures? Somebody who just clearly had zero understanding of how game dev or modding or anything at all works. The player character can turn into a sheep. Huh. That's neat. I wish I could turn into a sheep sometimes. Oh, yeah, I did see the person who said that they couldn't get into Baldur's Gate 3 because it was turn-based instead of action RPG. To be fair, if I remember right, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 were action RPGs. Like, I think they were real-time. So I can see the argument for it with BG3 specifically. They were turn-based? Okay. I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently. With pause function. Oh. Gotcha. Should just take all the money. Yeah, I remember this post. Take all the money they got from the game's success and invest it into adding action RPG combat. Like, no, I mean, the combat of D&D 5th edition, which is what the game's systems are all based on as far as I know, is pretty reliant on not doing it in real time. It's kind of important to the structure of the game. I'm sure it'll get modded in. Oh god. They're leaving money on the table by not investing a ton of money into an extremely niche feature for this turn-based game. Okay. Someone's making a Yakuza 7 mod that makes the game a brawler again. That's really funny, actually. I've never played... Well, I played about an hour and a half of Yakuza 0. That's the only Yakuza game I've played. I don't know how to pull this into one of these spots without crashing into one of these guys. I'm gonna just kinda... Gonna try to cheese it a little bit. I'm not very bad at trailer maneuvering in these games, but as soon as I have to start backing up, I immediately become terrible at it. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good at maneuvering them around things when I'm going forward. Just the logic when I go backwards, yeah, I'm gonna cheese it. I'm just gonna do it right here, like this. As soon as I have to start going backwards, I have no idea what I'm doing. Overhaul, rebalance, redesign your game's entire genre. Yeah. There we go. I'm gonna try and flip around and get gas while we're here. People say Yakuza 7 became turn-based after the reception of the April Fool's joke post. It was turn-based the whole time. Yeah, isn't like one of the central jokes of the game that the main character of Yakuza 7 sees the world or sees fighting as a turn-based combat thing because he's really into Dragon Quest or something? Like, isn't that part of his character? Isn't that kind of the whole point of it being turn-based? Is it sort of a character thing for him? Yeah, he thinks he's in Dragon Quest. Great. That's what I thought. Or I guess probably off-brand Dragon Quest, because this is a Square Enix game. Or, excuse me, Dragon Quest is a Square Enix game. I forgot you gotta go Betty bye. Oh no! I hope you have a really good sleep and really good night. It was really wonderful to have you around for a while. Time for sleep mode. I hope that you... I don't know if you recharge. I was gonna say I hope that you have a good recharge. I don't know if you do that. I hope you have a good sleep mode though. Huh. That sign back there said talk text crash, and like, interesting to me that that like back in the day, I feel like the complaint was that people were top text crash. Talk, T-A-L-K is what I said, or what I meant to say. Like, interesting to me that like what, 10, 15 years ago, like before smartphones were really like the thing, but they were definitely still a thing, that like the big worry was people talking on their phones. And like even like the Mythbusters did a thing where they were like holding a phone up to their ear and doing math problems or something to simulate talking and texting, or excuse me, talking and driving. And that was like the huge boogeyman worry. And now it's just like kind of normal to talk on your phone when you're driving. It's just that you're using a hands-free device. And I can't tell if like the issue that people had was that both hands weren't on the steering wheel, because most people don't have both of their hands on the steering wheel at all times, you know? Or like if it was just sort of a matter of being in a different headspace when you're holding a phone up to your ear versus when you're driving and speaking naturally without a phone, even if you're talking to a person on the phone. I don't know. Things are weird. Things are strange. Things are odd. But now it's texting, of course. Don't text and drive. Horrible thing to do. Awful thing to do. And if you are talking on your phone and driving, use a handset, or excuse me, use a headset, or have a car that can do hands-free calling. That's my safety tip of the day. I think we're gonna finish up once we finish this delivery. I think we're getting pretty close. 191 miles out. So we're gonna be wrapping up pretty soon here, probably in the next 10-20 minutes at the most. I think this has been a nice little haul. Got to see some new towns in Texas that we haven't passed through before. I'm getting sleepy. I'm doing yawns now. It's not the video game driver, it's me now. Sorry, I'm listening. I'm just like a visual of a cloud on a leash. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah. There's a picnic area there. A picnic. You're trying not to float away. I think that's what you're going for, right? Something like that. I am also trying not to float away. It's easier to stay grounded when you're driving a big truck, though. I understand. It's very easy to fall asleep in the passenger seat of a truck, which is where you are right now. There you are. There's you. I just realized that I think one of the images on that computer screen is a screenshot from Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. Okay, we're crawling. Yeah, that's definitely a picture of Big Boss from Ground Zeroes. Huh. Kept you waiting, huh? Man, I wish Metal Gear Solid 5 had stuck the landing. Screenshot of the front page of IGN or something. I mean, that looks like something about iOS 9. Something about Facebook. The top left says chip something. But yeah, don't we all dearly wish that Metal Gear Solid 5 had stuck the landing? They made like a really incredible stealth game and just forgot to put all of the Metal Gear in it. And it's not actually that they forgot, it's that they were fired and laid off and forced to crunch to put what was left of the game out before you know, like it's not actually that they forgot, it's just more fun to say it that way. The games industry, as we began the stream by saying, the games industry is fucking terrible. We hate the games industry. It's a great stealth game, which is how I play it. Yeah, like it's a super fun stealth game. I wish it was a Metal Gear Solid game. Because like what I was hoping for when I bought it and played it and stuff wasn't a really great stealth game. It was a Metal Gear Solid game, you know. And I think that mission structure and everything could apply really well. I think Peace Walker is a great game, but just the sort of the approach that they took to telling the story, where they didn't have time to make all of the cutscenes, so they made the ones that they could, and everything else, they took the pre-recorded dialogue and sound effects for the cutscenes and just kind of put them in as audio logs. Didn't do it for me. It was really, really disappointing way to experience a Metal Gear story. But yeah, one of the best stealth games ever made, probably. Like, really, really fun stealth game. Oh, no, not hiring David Hayter was like the first death knell for that game, but like, I'll accept it. I will accept hiring Kiefer Sutherland to be Big Boss, which he was also in Ground Zeroes, I believe. That wasn't just Phantom Pain. That was also Ground Zeroes. But huge, massive, incredibly large L to... This is not where I'm supposed to turn, I think. I think I need the next one. I think I need to go straight. The first time I've ever said that in my whole life. But yeah, hire David Hayter. If you're making a Metal Gear Solid game, hire David Hayter to be the voice of Snake, because he is the voice of Snake. You can't function without him. But also, like, yeah, I think they really kind of undermined their own, like, twist ending. Like, spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 5, I guess. I don't know how much people care about the spoiler if they already know it, but, like, spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 5, I'm about to say them. They undermined their entire twist of your character was never the real big boss, and he's actually the body double that died in Metal Gear 2. Not Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear 2, the MSX game. Like that whole twist was really undermined by the fact that he, like, Venom Snake was completely out of character for Big Boss the whole game. Like, he wasn't the character that Big Boss was in any of the other games that he was included in, aside from maybe Metal Gear 2. Like, I don't know what he was like in Metal Gear 2. I think, like, because it was an early PC type game, like, they didn't have a ton of dialogue, so I think it was mostly just like a haha, I'm the evil big boss, you gotta kill me now situation. But I could be wrong on that. But, like, yeah, like, he was completely out of character for the whole game. Like, before I knew that character wasn't Naked Snake, like, he wasn't the original character, I was still saying, this isn't the original character. The voice is the wrong guy, the personality is wrong, he's not talking, he's not saying anything, he's not acting like the character that, you know. And it's supposed to be a whole thing where it's, like, about how Big Boss became a monster, and then they undermined their own point of that being, like, how they became a monster. Wait, they hired the same Japanese VA? They only replaced David Hayter? Yo, Stink Creek Road! Stink Creek Road, baby! I didn't know that. That's even weirder. Stink Creek Road. Wahoo! Smell you later, Stink Creek. Yeah, there were jokes about how Big Boss had really compelling dialogue in MG1 and MG2. He was like, you nearly killed me, now I want revenge, time to die, or something. Yeah. Just, like, I don't know, like, they were trying to do, like, 3 different major through lines for that game, right? One through line was that here is Big Boss experiencing trauma about the things that he's gone through in the past, and about, like, the death of what was that girl's name? Pav? The girl who they put a bomb in Ground Zeroes, the girl from Peace Walker. Cannot remember her name. There was one real big emotional through line that was, here is how he's experiencing trauma about this character and whatnot. And that's undermined by, this character was never Big Boss in the first place. And then the other big through line they were going for was, here's how Big Boss went from kind of a hero and a tragic figure to being a complete monster, which was undermined by the fact that this wasn't Big Boss. It was a different character. Like, their whole big twist idea. And I feel like if they had more time to work on the story, it would have worked out better, I feel like. I don't know that that's true, but it feels that way to me. But, like, I don't know, it just feels like they really wanted to have certain through lines for the character of Naked Snake / Big Boss, and then they ended up making a whole point about how anyone can be Big Boss. Like, it doesn't actually have to be me. You're Big Boss now because you convinced the world that you're Big Boss or whatever. But it's like, okay, but this guy didn't experience all of the trauma and the life that the original guy did. So why is he experiencing this guy's flashbacks and like this guy's whole situation? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Sorry for complaining about Metal Gear Solid 5 so much. I don't know where this came from. I don't even remember how we got here. I started thinking about Metal Gear. Speaking of me going on diatribes about things I'm autistic about, I don't get it. I don't understand what they were going for, and I think they ended up with a big pile of mush that didn't feel anything like what you were supposed to expect from a Metal Gear game. That's all. It was just a big pile of mush. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Just gonna park the trailer, and then I think we're gonna finish up. Shift to neutral, parking brake on, detached trailer. Found a post about the Epic thing you mentioned earlier. Apparently, part of their massive expense cutting operation, they sold off Bandcamp. Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm constantly worried about something bad happening to Bandcamp. Oh, I hope something bad doesn't happen to Bandcamp. Man. They got bought by Songtradr. Never heard of it. A music marketplace company that supports independent artists. Huh. Yeah, I think I think Epic acquired Bandcamp like a couple of years ago now. Like it was somewhat recent. Like from a business acquisition perspective. Um from that perspective, I think it was pretty recent. Sounds like a company that is parasitic and predatory and DMCA's everything. Honestly, you're not wrong, Floofy Maki. Also, hello. I haven't seen you talking here at all today. How are you doing? I hope you're well. I just realized that I never set up something important in my stuff here. My goodness me, I can't remember what it's called now. My funny little guy, my PNG tuber. I didn't set up a thing in here that I wanted to set up at some point. So I'm going to set it up right now. We're doing it live. Don't even worry about it. It's going to spoil the joke as soon as I do this, but here we go. Hello. I've got a gun now. I don't know why I just remembered this, but here we are. Anyway, I'm back to normal now. I don't know why I just now remembered this and decided to do it. They also released Super Awesome, a thing I have never heard of before, in a separate company that is now owned by the Super Awesome management. I guess they bought their own shares. They're an advertising company thing. Huh. Very, very interesting. Ha! Gun time. Watch me play truck game. Rah. Okay. That's enough of that. I don't know why I just set that up live. I think it's getting really, really hot in the room that I'm in. And I'm very tired is the thing. But yeah, no, that's weird. I hope nothing bad happens to Bandcamp. I really hope that Bandcamp remains basically the same as it is right now, or gets better. I really don't want Bandcamp to fall apart. It's okay. The 800 some odd people that they laid off all got severance pay for 6 months. That's nice. This is a lot better than most corporate restructurings that I've heard about. The speculation is that what they're not admitting is that they don't want to give up on stupid metaverse shit. Huh. Fair enough, I guess. Apparently, the problem is mostly that the Epic Game Store is a really big financial failure, even though Fortnite and the Unreal Engine are both big profit sources, so they are in fact bleeding money like crazy. Huh. I wonder how much of that comes down to the game giveaways that they use to get people in the door of the Epic Game Store. Just thought that was neat. Yeah, no, that is interesting. We were talking about this earlier. It is an interesting subject for sure. Um, I think I'm gonna make my stance on this whole situation. Fuck corporations. Uh, Fuck anyone who has the opportunity to take money out of people's pockets and take it for themselves and does so. Like fuck the people who are able to pull this kind of shit and ruin people's lives and shit. You know. I don't know. I'm saying this in a bad, dumb way, but what I mean is fuck corporations. That's what it comes down to. Fuck rich people. Fuck corporations. Uh, let's all make our own cool, independent art and stuff and be cool and good instead of feeding corporate greed. Yeah. So I'm all done. I'm all done for today. This has been a fun little episode. I was doing pretty bad. I was doing pretty bad before I started the episode. Before I resolved that I was going to still come on for a little while at least. So thank you all for being here and being cool and comforting. Because I like you. I enjoy the company of the people who watch this show a lot, and it means a lot that people watch. Um, and eventually, hopefully, I'll have more cool projects available to be watched. Thanks for being here in queer. Thank you for being here in queer. I don't know if you're queer. I probably shouldn't say that. Thank you. Thank you for showing up and hanging out and stuff. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm gonna get out of here. Let me pull up the Cable 2 schedule real quick. Let me just see what's on the burner for tomorrow. See what's coming up. So, 4 p.m. Cable time, which is Central Time. Shout out to gay people. Shout out to gay people. If someone who wasn't queer said thank you for being queer, to me, I would feel so weird about it. I wouldn't know how to take that. That's fair. Oh wait, no, I was looking at the wrong day here. No, so for Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., we got Transience Shaper. which is a really neat little show about putting together cool sounds and music stuff, I think, also. I don't know. I mostly only show up when the cool sounds are happening. I don't know what else comes of that other than fun conversation and cool sounds and a really cool aesthetic that I like a lot. So check that out, 5 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, if you're into that sort of thing. Then there's another thing going on at 8 p.m. called Putting It Together. So, yeah, feel free to check that out. Upcoming on Cable 2 tomorrow. I'm going to get out of here. You guys are wonderful. Thanks for showing up. I love you so much. I gotta remember the intro / outro thing again, because this is apparently a thing I'm doing now. I hope you have a good evening, friends, enemies, future nemesis, and past romantic partners. Have a great rest of your night. Goodbye.